Kevin is destroying evidence on behalf of Ruby Franke and evidence on himself that would make them look horrible in this abuse case. And we have the proof. Possibly. Guys, make sure and click the plus sign. I'm going to keep you up to date with all this. Sound off in the comments. Tell me what you think. But if you've been following the story, then you know that last night, Kevin's lawyer spoke up again, and he has this really weird segment he talks about. This was a really big interview he did with Law and Crime, and he made sure to talk about the broken door, that the door was broken. And he went back and forth on whether or not somebody broke in. Somebody broke in. Well, I don't know if somebody broke in. I mean, nothing was missing. Some papers were missing. Probably was the family. I don't see why it would have been the family. Somebody kicked down the door. Somebody broke in. Like, it's insane. It's insane. But then he goes on to say, well, somebody kicked down the door again and Kevin has to replace it again and it's going to be very expensive. And somebody in the background goes, yeah, it looks like it's going to be expensive. And I think it was Anjanette Levy who caught them. And they said, again? And Kevin's lawyer says, oh, no, I mean once. Good catch. So here's the thing. This very much looks like evidence tampering. However, this is not the first time that we've heard this may be what they're doing. I want you to take a look at this, guys. This is a clip that I did. The cellmate spoke out about this, and I had said this back then. It looked like it was code for getting rid of evidence in the house. Take a look at. Now, full disclosure, guys, this is on Reddit, and it says, saw this TikTok of a lady who shared a cell with Ruby, and it says video is currently unavailable. So it's been removed. We don't know why, but the Redditors have confirmed that this was real, or at least to an extent. Here's what we have. And you can see it says, disclaimer, please remember that we can only confirm that this TikTok creator was in C hold at the same time as Ruby. Authenticity of details shared cannot be confirmed at this time. So whoever this TikToker was, there is a confirmation that she was in the C hold at the same time. It says, the cellmate overheard a phone conversation between Ruby and Kevin. They instructed their attorney to visit their residence and collect money hidden in their house. When an attorney arrived, the money was nowhere to be found, causing Ruby to panic about being unable to pay him. Okay? So cellmate was surprised by how emotionless Ruby was. She only teared up once, and she said that she missed her kids. Said that Ruby seemed more concerned with her own life than the lives of her children. Not surprising there. Ruby was very worried about Jodi and was trying desperately to catch glimpses of her. She spent a lot of time praying silently in her cell. Ruby told Kevin it was ridiculous how nobody would listen to her about Russell needing to be kept away from other children. Ruby told Kevin that she wouldn't blame him if he refused to speak with her, considering the abuse and how she forced him out of the house. Ruby's fame allowed her special privileges in jail, such as a pen and paper, which were not allowed because she was on blank watch. It says Ruby and Kevin spent time discussing flood damage repairs for their home, which was an odd concern considering the charges against her. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? And here's the other thing. This cellmate that's spoken up, she's already been proven right a couple times. And this is before we knew what was going on. The biggest one was she said that that Ruby was very concerned about the two youngest children, especially the male, not being around any other children. That came out before Ruby went to court and she claimed SA on her children. So apparently, Ruby, in talking with Kevin, remember, this is apparently when they were talking, because I guess they're not talking now. Who knows? But when they were talking, there was a lot of big discussion about flooding in the house. And remember then, she wanted Kevin to go and find hidden money, like I guess in the mattress, I don't know, hidden money in the house, and that money had disappeared. Remember that? So all of a sudden, he needs to take care of flood damage and missing money. Now, my thoughts on this were, I was like, wait a second. So you're telling me that she moved in with Jodi and just left a bunch of flood damage in the house? Or did the house get flood damaged while she was gone and nobody knew? Now, some people spoke up and they said that this had been a thing for a while. But wouldn't you want to fix flood damage? I would assume that can cause, not in every situation, but it can cause mold, which can cause health issues for people. Now that it seems like she really cares about the health issues of her children, especially being malnourished and doing what she's doing and withholding food and not caring when they're sick and not wanting to go pick them up when they're sick from school, which is just gross, making them sleep on the bathroom floor because she just can't be bothered. On the one hand, I get it. There's a time energy management just factor when you have 6 kids. I get it. However, Your job is to be a mother and a father, and to mother and father them, and they weren't destitute. They could have hired somebody to help them with this stuff. In fact, these would be the people that if you wanted to hire help, so if your kids were sick and you could stay up with them at night, there could be somebody else in the morning picking up the slack to help you guys. Anyways, that's a little bit of a side tangent, but it's really interesting to me. And I'm wondering if Kevin, part of why he's in that house, was doing a sweep to get rid of evidence on behalf of both of them. Now, we know apparently from Kevin's lawyer, which who knows what's real. They stopped speaking a week ago, then he said it was 2 weeks ago. So who really knows what's going on, because she admitted some things and some bombshells, and he feels very hurt and very betrayed, because hurting your children is not enough to cut off contact. So right now, I wonder if this is CYA, cover your behind, for these two or specifically Kevin, because why all of a sudden is there a story about the door? I don't know. Am I going too far with this? I just feel like there's so many weird twists and turns and shadiness to this situation. A part of me feels like maybe I'm not going far enough. I don't know. Tell me, am I onto something here? What do you guys think? Is this evidence tampering? Are we setting this up? Is this set up for a cover-up of some sorts that may come out if it's in court? I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. Sound off in the comments. Click the plus sign. I've got